Launch out apostles, great millstone, do well. Peace, love, and blessings to the brothers on the highways and byways, giving all diligence, making call and election sure. And blessings to the very few sisters out there listening, learning, and believing. I'm Raphael Larry Kanakla, coming at you once again with another lesson, Lord's will through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahshai's lessons edifying and exhorting. This article from RT.com says European gas prices spike. Prices surge following Ukraine's recent refusal to extend a 5-year gas transit agreement with Moscow. Okay. Because Ukraine is basically one of those regions where, gas was able to go from Russia to Europe. Okay. So, with the conflict over there, Russia and Ukraine, basically America ordered its allies to stop doing business with Russia as far as, energy, the gas, the fuel, whatever term you want to use, but to basically cripple Russia's economy, okay? Cripple Russia's economy so they can no longer basically fund the war, all right? But that ended up backfiring because Russia basically turned to India and China, okay? Now, Europe, the European nations, they're now suffering. They're in an energy crisis, okay? And when you have a large economy, all right, a large infrastructure, you need energy to supply it, so to say, okay? And now Europe is suffering because of America, all right? Europe didn't have no problem with Russia. They were basically in business with Russia. All right, so it says European gas prices have surged to their highest level since October 23, driven by supply disruptions following Ukraine's recent refusal to extend a gas transit agreement with Moscow. Colder weather forecasts have been exacerbating concerns in an already tight energy market. Kyiv decided at the end of 2024 to terminate its 5-year gas transit contract with Russian energy giant Gazprom, cutting off Russian pipeline gas supplies to Hungary, Romania, Poland, Slovakia, Austria, Italy, Moldova. Volodymyr Zelensky has claimed the contract's termination has aimed at eliminating Moscow's energy revenues. However, Slovakia and Hungary have accused him of deliberately triggering an energy crisis for political gain. Exactly, and that's what's happening. Europe is now in an energy crisis. Says the benchmark front-month contract at the Dutch TTF gas hub climbed more than 4% on Friday, surpassing 590 per thousand cubic meters, or 53.62 per megawatt hour, extending the previous day's rally. Data shows that EU gas storage levels have dwindled to approximately 55%, significantly lower than a 72% record at the same time last year, and below the 5-year average of 62%. Analysts anticipate a further increase in heating demand amid forecasts that temperatures will drop further in the coming days. All right, so here it is. They're in an energy crisis, and they need fuel to basically keep warm or support them even more now when it's being cold. Okay, since the EU has faced a dramatic reduction in Russian gas imports, which previously accounted for 40%. Now 40%, come on. When you talk about these numbers, 10% is a lot, 20% is a lot, 15% is a lot. But when you talk about 40%, come on, man. It says of blocks total supply due to Ukraine's related sanctions. 40% is when shit is noticeably, all right, it's noticeable, I should say, okay, or you feeling it. Due to Ukraine related sanctions and the 2022 sabotage or the Nord Stream 2 pipelines, which, when you speak about Ukraine, you just basically, you put the U.S., you substitute the U.S. for that, because that's all this is a proxy. Everything that Ukraine doing is basically spearheaded by America, all right? Says to compensate, the bloc has increased its reliance on imports of more expensive liquefied natural gas imports from the U.S. and Norway. So it's hurting them, okay? Because they were able to get cheap energy from Russia, okay? And then now, I remember reading some reports say even if they was to go back to Russia, the price wouldn't be as cheap as it was prior. Okay, so they still end up losing. Okay, so the U.S. basically fucked his own allies, man. It says to compensate, the bloc has increased its reliance on imports of more expensive liquefied natural gas imports from the U.S. and Norway, driving up overall energy costs. Exactly. So now Europe suffers, and the energy costs that the companies aren't gonna they're not gonna take that cut, so they're gonna pass those energy costs to the public, all right, to the people. It says recent outages at Norway's Gulf, Fakes, Troll, and Asgard fields have further constrained energy supplies to the continental Europe. Despite ongoing efforts to reduce dependence on Russian energy, EU member states have been importing record volumes of Russian LNG. In the first half of 2024, Russia emerged as the EU's second largest LNG supplier, trailing on the U.S. according to data from the Institute of Energy Economics and Financial Analysts. U.S. President Donald Trump previously urged Brussels to purchase more American LNG, threatening tariffs if they did not comply. So look at that. Trump previously urged Brussels to purchase more American LNG. So stop purchasing Russian LNG and purchase more American LNG, or we're going to put tariffs on you. Like, come on, are you serious? So this is leading to Bible prophecy. All right, now you see why the Most High said what he said through the mouth of the prophets. It says the EU is set to become increasingly reliant on LNG amid growing geopolitical tensions, as current levels are insufficient for the European market to balance the rebuild inventory cycle for the next winter. Analysts at DNB Markets have warned, according to the Market Watch. EU officials are now discussing the possibility of resuming Russian gas imports as part of a potential agreement resolving the Ukrainian conflict. The Financial Times report this week, however, remains wary that such a move could undermine ongoing efforts to diversify energy sources and reduce dependence on Russian supplies. Moscow has also expressed skepticism regarding the feasibility of the reported plan. But the point is, U.S. President Donald Trump previously urged Brussels purchase more American LNG, threatening tariffs if they do not comply. Like, come on, bro. So if you don't buy more of our gas, we're going to put tariffs on you. How tyrannical is that, man? Okay, that's why I say the beast shall hate the whore, man. Revelation 17:15. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth, the whore being America, are the peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. Because basically America controls all those peoples and those nations. It says in the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, and when you look up the original flag of the EU, you see 12 stars. All right? But altogether, it's 10. I think it's Spain and Portugal, and it's 1 in Ireland, and forget what else, but Spain and Portugal is 1. So a total of 10. So the EU, all right, the 10 horns thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So here it is. Europe is now in an energy crisis because of the U.S. meddling in Ukraine. Once again, it say Ukraine, but it's really the U.S. And then here it is. Things like this. Trump is is threatening them with sanctions if they don't buy more of their expensive LNG. Okay? Like, come on. First, we had a good deal where we had cheap energy in abundance. All right? You messed that up. Now you're forcing us to buy your more expensive, and it's still not enough, all right, to suffice our economy or our energy expectations. So you can put tariffs? Come on, man. This is tailor-made for prophecy to take place. All right. And he said unto me, Revelation 17:15, he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the horse sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. So you see how they're going to hate her, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So America's own allies are going to turn on them and shoot missiles against them. Why? For God had put it in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and to give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of God shall be fulfilled. And the one which thou sawest is the great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth. So this basically solidifies the 18th verse, as was mentioned. Okay, so America reigns over the kings of the earth. That's why they're able to make statements like this. All right, if you don't, how you gonna force somebody to buy your fuel, or you gonna put tariffs on them? Come on, man. This place is on its way out of here. It's Obadiah 1 verse 7 is concerning Esau, Edom. All right, and the chief city, or the chief, region of Esau, Edom will be America, because that's the one that's reigning over the planet Earth. This is Obadiah 1 verse 7. It says, all your allies will turn against you. All right, basically backing up what John wrote in Revelation 17 chapter. All your allies will turn against you. They will help chase you from your land. They will promise you peace while plotting to destroy, while plotting to deceive and destroy you. Your trusted friends will set traps for you, and you won't even know about it. So all the men of Confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee, your allies, thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee, as there is no understanding in them. The point is, NLT broke it down, that first part, beautifully. All your allies will turn against you. So it's Edomite against Edomites. All right, let's get that, close out with Matthews 12 and 25. So prophecy is happening. Matthew 12 verse 25. Salakia. And Yahushua knew their thoughts, and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. So the kingdom of Esau, Edom, is divided. All right. It's all off of greed and resources. That's all. Status, positions of power. Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. Okay? So every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. So Esau, Edom, that's why you have a European Union, all right? Hence the word union, but it's a division. So that's pretty much it. America's own allies will turn against him. So, Lord willing, was edifying, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai. Double Horn Set Apostles, Great Millstone, peace, love, and blessings to you brothers out there. All right, and real quick, I just slipped my mind about to say, but, Europe is now suffering. They're in an energy crisis, man. Their people suffering. It's collapsing. It's collapsing their economy. All right. So, and America's to blame. Shalom.